If you think that you have a crazy ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend story, I have you beat. This morning, I was in a parallel universe, also known as the bus. I still don't have a car, and as much as I need to be done with the bus for my mental health, I have never heard more wild stories in my entire life than I have in the last week and a half. Okay, so when I get on, there is a man that is already sitting behind me. He's a college student, and I know that because he has a backpack in the seat next to him, and he has a beanie that says FOB. Full disclosure, I thought legitimately meant like he had a hat for a key fob. Till a man gets on to the next stop and starts walking down the aisle and is looking in my direction, and it's like, what's up, dude? And I don't know this man, and my, of course, natural reaction is to be like, what's up? He was not looking at me. He was looking at the guy behind me. He was looking at FOB. And then he was like, cool Fall Out Boy hat. And I was like, oh my god, of course it's Fall Out Boy and not FOB. Anyway, so he's like, what are you doing on the bus? I thought you lived in the dorms. For the next 12 minutes and 35 seconds, give or take 7 seconds, I was privy to the most wild ex-girlfriend story I have ever heard in my entire life. One day, they will write books about this. It was in 3 parts for why the man was on the bus. Part 1, he is no longer living in a dorm. But as I learned, over the summer, he broke up with his girlfriend of 4 months. That is it, just 4 months. And she was so upset that during the first week of move-in into the dorms, the very first week, he found out what dorm that he lived in, somehow got access to it, broke in, and put raw chicken all around his dorm, everywhere. How much raw chicken, I don't know. He didn't give details, but it was certainly enough to where the stench was so bad that the dorm was deemed unlivable. The university actually had to step in and decide that his dorm was unlivable due to raw chicken. As a result, I discovered he then had to live with his parents in the suburbs. First week of classes, he was taking a ride share to campus. He can't do that anymore because he no longer has credit cards because she reported fraud by calling his bank, pretending to be his mom, and saying that the card had been stolen. He got a new card. She did it again. To recap, he now does not have a dorm on campus, and he no longer has access to banks. So his parents bought him like a very old, very used car just to be able to commute back and forth. But he can no longer use that car because on Saturday night, she appeared at their house, discovered he was using said car, and apparently, while he was sleeping, put concrete mixer in his gasoline tank. Here's the weirdest part. I was legitimately ready to step in and be like, I know some attorneys who can help you right now. Till his friend was like, what are you gonna do? And he was like, I don't know, but I'm seeing her on Friday, and we might hook up. I'm sorry. What?